Let's do sports now on the AM show. My name is Haruna Mubarak, and there is a huge clamor by the boxing fraternity for the return of Nii Lante Vanderpuye to head the Sports and Recreation Ministry. Nii Lante is understood to be the front-runner for the role, having been in charge for about 6 months in 2016 before the change of government. CEO of Box Office Promotions, Alex Ntiamoah, is confident in the competence of Nii Lante to change the fortunes of Ghana sports.
Because President Mahama has promised Ghanaians that he's coming, one way or the other, he's coming to make sure Ghana government money is going to be used judiciously. And I believe if this man is in charge there, he can break the cartel that, spend government money unscrupulously, and he can get the best out of it. So for me, I will recommend him to be the person that will be the sports minister, because he can help not only football, but boxing and other least finance sports. That's what he's been saying all the time, and I believe he can deliver. The boxing industry here in Ghana is not about building one fighter or two fighters, taking them to the world over to win just titles elsewhere. But we want to build the boxing industry here, because it will solve a lot of problems, especially in terms of employment. Because we have people that faces the rings, we have media people that work when there is promotion going on, we have the vendors coming around, we have a lot of sports writers write about boxing, sponsors putting also their support behind it, and a whole lot. And boxing is one sport that can give mileage to sponsors than any other sport, because you have maybe press launch, public appearance, public workout, media workout, weighing and all, and a whole lot of things that sponsors can brand. And government can take some of their flagship programs to be advertised through boxing.
The Finance Minister-designate, Dr. Atuforsen, has vowed to abolish the betting tax in his first budget when he is approved. Speaking before the Appointments Committee of Parliament, Dr. Forsen argued that the current betting tax has failed in its intended objectives and should be scrapped.
Mr. Chairman, I was on a show with the Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, and the contest must come out. The Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, at the time Minister for Information, I'm sure, had the responsibility to sell a government policy on betting. And he said, I'm surprised you are not bringing that portion. He said that betting tax is being implemented because it is destroying our youth, and that the government is introducing this betting tax he said the government is introducing this betting tax to deter them, equivalent to essence tax, so that they will not be staking the bet. I retorted on a show being hosted by Evans Mensah on Joy FM PM Express. I retorted by saying that will not solve the problem. That will not solve the problem, because I've read a number of articles, and the article presupposes or suggests that it is destroying our youth. And so if you want to introduce a tax, you have to first look at the elasticities, and as to whether the elasticities will mean that imposing such a tax will prevent the individual or the people concerned from the staking of the VAT, of the betting or not. But I doubt that will. And so if you intend doing that, the best option is to ban it and not to introduce a tax. And I said the tax will not solve the problem. Here we are today. I've been vindicated. Has the tax solved the problem as intended by the government? Big no. I insist that tax must be abolished. And as Minister of Finance, my first budget, I will abolish
Now, the Basketball Africa League and Hennessy, which is a world-renowned cognac brand, hosted the second basketball lifestyle and entertainment event at the Bukom Boxing Arena ahead of the start of the 2025 season. My colleague Kwame Benaya has more in this report.
The event, dubbed Ball in Accra, celebrated basketball, lifestyle and entertainment ahead of the 2025 season tip-off. Two studded teams competed, Team DJ Tunes and Team Small God. Team Small God featured basketball star Angel McCoughtry alongside Ghanaian musicians Spice Lee, Joy B and RJZ, while Team DJ Tunes had Angolan stars Carlos Morris and John Pedro featuring. After a thrilling night of basketball action, Team Small God emerged victorious with a 65-60 win over Team DJ Tunes. BAL President Amadou Gallo expressed his excitement about the event.
Amazing display of energy, from the crowd. Obviously, incredible performance by all the players on the court. The BAL players, we have Carlos Moraes, John Pedro from Petro Atletico de Luanda, our 2024 BAL champion. We had Arthur Majok, who won the BAL championship in 2022 with US Monastir, Maktar Gueye on the Senegal national team, Angel McCoughtry, who is a WNBA legend. And when really, all these players, they are entertainers, DJ Tunes, and some of the names I could remember, I was very impressed, and really, the crowd, obviously, that turned up in big numbers. So this was a special afternoon.
Gallo also hinted at plans to make Accra a consistent host for BAL events.
Well, further continue to engage with our fans, just to show that there is passion for the game of basketball, for the lifestyle brand we're building with the Basketball Africa League, and having these entertainers from different spectrum come together on the basketball court. Ghana and Accra is a major city for us. In the future, we want to have more programming here to see Ghana more present in the Basketball Africa League. I was pleased to see this year there was a team that participated in the Road to BAL qualifiers. So step by step, and also the work that Paps Bensubansu, our BAL ambassador, is doing here. He's launched Sida Karimi Ghana, seeing those kids in the stands. Yao Sheki, who we've worked with for many, many years, all the work is done at grassroots level. And I know that there is a renewed commitment with the Ghana Basketball Federation, with FIBA Africa, to really focus on lifting up the game here on the continent.
The 2025 BAL season is scheduled to kick off on April 5 in Morocco, with the finals set for June in South Africa.
We've got matches to look forward to tonight in the English Premier League, and all eyes will be at the City Ground, where leaders Liverpool face third place Nottingham Forest. The host had already defeated Liverpool in the first encounter, and the Reds manager Arne Slot believes they are title contenders.
I've always said that you can judge the table best halfway through the season, and that moment is there now. So if Forest is then up there with us, with Arsenal, Chelsea and City and all the others, then they definitely are a team that's in competition with us and with the other teams. And they deserve to be treated like this if you look at the way they play, if you look at their results. Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult challenge tomorrow to get a result.
Obviously they can close the gap between yourselves to 3 points at the same time as well. What sense is there that maybe you owe them one for what happened at Anfield earlier this season?
I think they already showed in retrospect how good of a team they are. Leading up to that game, I think they had 2 draws and 1 win. So that's why in general, I think every time when Liverpool loses a home game, that is something we don't expect. I think in that moment of time, I also saw the stat that Virgil played 100 home games for Liverpool, only lost once. So for us to lose then on that day was for me hard to take, as you probably experienced. Now looking back at it and seeing where they are in the league, it's not as been such a shock result as I thought it was back then. So they had a very good game plan, changed the wingers that normally played and brought them in the end, and they made a difference. So although I expect their wingers that have done so well to be in the starting 11 tomorrow, is that something he changed back then, and that worked really well for them during that game.
And that's your sports. My name is Haruna Mubarak. The AM show continues right after this.